Let's get to read now from Oklahoma Republican Senator Jim Inhofe. Senator, it's very interesting. So much has been focused on your Republican colleagues, Jeff Flake and Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski, that sometimes we have lost sight of Democrats like Heidi Heitkamp and Joe Manchin, et cetera. Do you think if it's a report that comes out that cannot corroborate any of the charges that have been made, not only by Dr. Ford, but Deborah Ramirez and this Michael Avenatti client, Julie Swetnick, that it's a good bet not only will those Republicans vote for him, so will those Democrats?
Well, Neil, first of all, let's keep in mind with all the accusations out there, no one has corroborated on anything. There are no witnesses. Witnesses have come forth on the opposite side and has, to me, just completely refuted everything that has been charged against Judge Kavanaugh. But, you know, when you look, I was just listening to the report from North Dakota. It's interesting. That's the same report we're getting from today's survey in West Virginia. It's a 60-30. It's a 2-to-1 in favor of Kavanaugh. Now, that puts someone like Joe Manchin in a really awkward situation because he'll have to make a decision. Is he going to give a vote to the Democrats or to the people of West Virginia? That's a strong margin, 2-to-1. So that's what is going to be at play here.
You know, Senator, we don't know much about what's coming of this FBI investigation. We have a good idea who the FBI is talking to at this time. We know Mark Judge, we know Deborah Ramirez, we know this P.J. Smith, one of the boys identified by Dr. Ford for being at this gathering in which this incident allegedly occurred decades ago. So we don't know what came of that. We do know through P.J. Smith's attorney that he said he didn't know about the allegations at all, so refuting it. To your point, again, no one corroborating at this point any of the charges that have been directed at the judge. But something has developed in the meantime concerning the judge's behavior when he met with members of the Senate Judiciary Committee last week. Hillary Clinton calling it his temperament. Now, obviously, he was accused of some awful things, so a lot of people, to your point, would say he was justified giving that response. But this seems to be the new wrinkle here on the part of Democrats who are saying, well, he proved right then and there that he's not fit for the high court. What do you think?
Well, but look, Neil, that's what they've been saying about everything that's come along. First of all, they tried the delays. They said we can't do it till after the election. Then they said we can't do it till after the Mueller probe. Then they said we didn't have enough information. Then they said we had too much information. And then, of course, just a couple of hours ago, Chuck Schumer said that we have to have time to evaluate. Here's the problem with that. The FBI doesn't have that authority. They don't conduct criminal investigations. And when they do not reach conclusions. I mean, that's by design. And so they're asking them to do something that they can't do. And right. By the way, let's keep in mind, this was none other than Barack Obama who came forth with the rules that they would use. That rule was that the FBI would give the report to the White House. The White House then would share it with Congress. And of course, that's not happening. So they are precluded from doing exactly what Chuck Schumer says he wants them to do. Another stall, that's all.
Real quickly, the reason why I want to mention this is that many are arguing that there's got to be an aha moment for the judge, catch him misrepresenting how much he drank in high school or college or how much he admitted to in his yearbook. I mean, it gets crazy. But do you think if he misrepresented how often, let's say, he got drunk, that cancels his getting to the highest court in the land?
No, I can't believe it. First of all, I've been through a lot of confirmations, and I've never seen anything like that even brought up. It's an element, I think Senator Cornyn's right. It's desperate. They know they're going to lose this thing. We know that they know that. And by the way, for those who are criticizing the Republicans, let's keep in mind it was really just Senator Flake who was the one that was responsible for saying he would vote against it unless they had an investigation by the FBI, which is not an appropriate body to conduct the investigation.
Here we be, as you say, Senator. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Neil.